What's up, guys? Welcome to a new YouTube video. I am pumped to bring this one to you. It is a nice mid-morning here in Kelowna, and I got all the windows open, fresh air coming in, the vibes are nice, and so my apologies if you guys hear any noise from the outside. But I just got back from a 30-day long trip in 4 different countries. I went to Winnipeg for about a week and a half, see some family. I had my cousin's wedding, which was actually the first wedding I've been to in my adult life. I went to one wedding when I was like a small child that I don't really remember. So I classify this as my first wedding intended to. And then I went to Aruba to meet up with a few friends. I went to, and I'm just noticing there was a bee in my place, so leaving the doors open was probably a mistake. But then I went to New York to see a few friends. And then I went to Cancun by myself, and then Tulum to finish off the month for a business retreat with 18 other entrepreneurs in a massive villa. And that's kind of going to be stimulating the topic for today, which is proximity is power. And especially when we're talking about optimizing yourself as an entrepreneur, proximity is certainly power. And this can't be understated. It's got to be one of, if not the most important concepts in self-development. And if we break it down to the micro, we become who we spend time around. You guys have all heard the quote, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Tony Robbins takes it to another level. He says that we're the average of the expectation of the 5, 3, 8, 10 people around us, right? The number is arbitrary. But ultimately, who you spend time around influences you to a very high degree. And if you were to look at your friend circle right now, where do you stack up in regards of ambition, in regards of your health and fitness, in regards of how you prioritize your self-development, in regards of your finances, in regards of what you're currently doing with your life and what you want to make out of your life, how you want to impact the world? Where do you stack up in your friend group, right? The ideal is having a friend group or an inner circle that reflects the version of yourself that you are and the version of yourself you want to become. The unfortunate truth is that many of you still are just operating with friends, or at least for the most part, that don't really reflect the version of yourself you are and you're becoming. And there's kind of like a disconnect there. You can feel yourself growing apart a little bit. And it's crucial that in this chapter of your life, you start to very intentionally find new friends, mentors, etc., that inspire you to grow, that reflect a better version of yourself. And I've been blessed to pretty much reconstruct my inner circle. Like 90% is now reflected of guys and gals who are extremely ambitious, who reflect the version of myself I am becoming and that I am. Friends that are extremely fit, friends that are wealthy, friends that are extremely ambitious, friends that want to make a positive impact in the world, friends that care about their self-development. And let me tell you, once you actually start surrounding yourself with a different caliber of people, even if you're a high caliber version of yourself already, it's going to be like a catalyst for your own expansion and for your own growth. And I can even think of, I'll give you guys like even like little things, like a little like micro example. If you're with friends, let's talk about health and fitness, and they are constantly kind of going out for food and they don't really go to the gym, even though you have a very high standard that you hold yourself to, that stuff starts to creep in, right? That lower standard starts to seep in to inside your force field, okay? And despite the fact that you might not let it directly impact your behavior, if you spend enough time with those people, it will impact your behavior eventually, and it will impact your standard, right? And at the very minimum, it's going to reduce your energy. This is the most potent short-term effect of spending time with lower level people, is it will start to lower your energy. It will start to lower the quality of your mindset in the moment, right? You're always going to bounce back and come back to equilibrium, right? Especially as you start to consume more positive inputs, get back in touch with more positive people. But in the moment when you're spending time with those low quality people or lower level people, your mindset and your energy will lower, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I think that it's worth setting a boundary to spend the minimum amount of time around those type of people as possible, even if they're your friends, right? You will have to start setting boundaries. And over time, you will start to raise the bar for them, right? You'll start to bring them up with you, but it's not your obligation to spend every day or every week with them if they impact your energy in that way. Your energy and your mindset is one of your most valuable assets as an ambitious entrepreneur, and you must protect it accordingly. And again, this doesn't mean cutting people out of your life. This just means setting boundaries, right? Certain family members, certain friends from your past may not reflect the version of yourself you want to become. And so, again, you don't want to cut them out, or maybe you might, but in most cases, you just want to set a solid boundary around the time you spend with them and the extent to which you expose yourself to them. On the other side of the coin, start to go hard in the paint with finding people that reflect who you are and what you want to become. A lot of the friends that I've met in this context have been through mutual mentors, where I hired a mentor, a business mentor specifically. He held retreats. This has been a couple times now, through different mentors. And through those retreats, through meeting people in person that are extremely like-minded, I've created by now probably 20 extremely high quality friendships with absolute killers that inspire me, that make me want to become better, that remind me of the version of myself that I need to become in certain areas. And it's just, life's a whole different ballgame when you have that in place. If you're an ambitious entrepreneur shooting for the stars, doing it alone or doing it without a core squad that genuinely supports you and wants you to succeed, the difference between having that and not is catastrophic. If you're doing it on your own, it can be very lonely, and still is lonely even if you have a core group of friends, but having that is a solid backboard and a solid catalyst for your growth that just makes the journey a whole lot better. And I want that for all of you. I've experienced firsthand over and over and over again the difference between having it and not, and the difference between getting in a room with those people and not. Like when you're in a room of people that completely just light you up and remind you of who you want to become and are all going for similar degrees of success and self-development, you feel at home. You feel extremely validated and you feel extremely accepted. And despite the fact that consciously you might be like, oh, I don't need acceptance, on a core level, it's one of our core human needs, going back to like through evolution, right? And so when you click with those type of people, it just sets you on a whole nother level. And it inspires you to take different initiatives within your own self-development. Spending time with people who are, for example, on my trip in Aruba, a couple of the guys there were on a prep for a bodybuilding show. They were extremely dialed in with their nutrition, with their protein intake, with their macros, with their calories, and zero compromise on it. And despite the fact that I don't need to do that right now, I'm not prepping for a show, it inspired me to be a bit more intentional with my own tracking and my own protein intake, right? If I'm spending time with guys who are just crushing it in life and in business, it makes me want to crush it more. Spending time with guys who are doing 200K per month in business, it raises my thermostat. I know it's possible, but becoming friends with those people and now having their expectation on me to create similar results just inspires me and is a catalyst for me to go out and create that result in my own life as well. And the punchline here is, if you want to develop a part about yourself or about your life, go find people where that is their normal, and you'll start to feel like it's your normal as well, and the external result that you desire will start to follow suit. And life is just a whole lot better when you have a team, a squad, an inner circle that again reflects who you are and who you want to become. So I implore you to take action on that today, especially if you don't have anyone that you feel like it kind of checks that box. Go hire a mentor and connect with other people there, or even the mentor himself. Go find a group, go find someone on Instagram that seems like they are like-minded, and hop on a call with them, hop on a Zoom, say what's up, like provide them some value even, if you think you can, you know what I mean? So there's a bunch of ways to do it, but the point is to get the ball rolling, because your life will be a hell of a lot better, and you're gonna be a hell of a lot more successful in the areas of life, business, fitness, etc. that you care about if you actually find that group of people. So that was my message for you guys today. I hope you take action on this. In the meantime, if you want more on this concept and how you can start to level up yourself in the meantime while you reconfigure your inner circle, check out my positive inputs video on my YouTube channel. It'll be the next video coming up. And because obviously while you're reconfiguring your network, there are other ways to level up your standard, to level up your mindset, And I go deep into that in this positive inputs video. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.